The SEC just lost their lawsuit against XRP, and this sets a massive precedent for the entire crypto industry. So what I want to do here is I want to talk about everything that's happened, but also explain what altcoins are most likely to be affected by this news. Because if you remember about a month ago, the SEC came out with a new list of altcoins that they wanted to investigate. And now they're thinking twice about whether they really want to get into this and lose a couple more lawsuits. In fact, if we go and look at these cryptos, ironically, these cryptos that they were thinking about investigating are now some of the top gainers on not only the day, but the week. So charts like Solana, Polygon, XLM, obviously XRP, but a lot of these charts are up over 100% in the last month. They're up 25-30% in the last week or the last day alone. And the crypto industry as a whole is soaring here. Now it begs the bigger question, what are we waiting on for a market reversal? Because if you remember about 6 months, 12 months ago, we were talking about the things that needed to happen in order for a market reversal to happen in crypto. We would need traditional and institutional and smart money to come back in. And we're seeing that across the board with a number of these ETFs. And then if you go and you look at the legal side of things, we said, hey, things have got to get cleared up with the SEC. We need XRP to win their lawsuit. And now that's just happened as well. So what else are we really waiting for on Bitcoin's chart or in the crypto industry as a whole to wait for a market reversal here? What other kind of news has to happen besides hearing that the largest asset managers in the world, the largest financial institutions that we literally have wanting to get in on crypto, and also crypto simultaneously winning battles against the US government, trying to go after it and trying to put it down? There's really nothing else that can beat this kind of news. So let's talk about these Bitcoin ETFs. Well, just this month, we've had 6 Bitcoin ETFs be filed, 6 big Bitcoin ETFs. Let me clarify that. We've had 6 major Bitcoin ETFs filed in the United States. Europe actually just had their first ETF as well. And now we have Asia pushing in to not only offer a Bitcoin ETF, but they're looking into an Ethereum ETF already. So when we're looking at the crypto charts, again, I want us to zoom out. I want us to look at the macros. There is just about nothing over here that is red on the day. The only things that are red are these cryptos that maybe made like 100% move here recently and had these wild moves to the upside. Everything else on the 1 day, 7 day, 30 day, they are all looking green for the most part. Now, let me just say, it should go without saying here, I'm fairly optimistic on crypto as a whole. When I'm looking at the macros of crypto here, this is everything that I wanted to see. Bitcoin is forming higher highs. It's forming higher lows. It's above its major moving averages. It's winning, crypto's winning its lawsuits against the SEC and the US government. It's being adopted internationally. The largest financial institutions on the world are all trying to get in on it. Now I say all of this because I know that there's still going to be people out there saying, Brendan, I'm waiting for prices to fall just a little bit more. Or Brendan, I'm waiting for rates to flip. Or I'm waiting for something else to happen. And my goal here is to not give you financial advice. I'm here to present you with all the technicals, all the news, all the information, and let you make your own educated decision after that. And for the people who are still a little bit nervous, the one piece of experience that I have to offer here is that if we look back in 2018, people were calling for a $1,000 Bitcoin and it never happened. In 2020, during the COVID crash, people were calling for Bitcoin to retest its 2018 cycle lows of around $3,000, and it never happened. And just like this time around, people are calling for the $15,000 low or a new low of $10,000. And me personally, I don't think it's going to happen again. And so just err on the side of caution when you see good technicals, good fundamentals, good news, adoption happening, like all this great stuff. And there's still people out there putting out these bearish articles that are meant to instill FUD. It's just not the time and place for it. It goes against pretty much everything that's happening here. And so there's a really cool article that was just published called BlackRock Wants to Launch a Bitcoin ETF. Why now? And I think it raises a really good question, and it coincides with everything else that we talked about in today's video of with all the adoption that we're seeing between Bitcoin ETFs in 3 major continents and SEC battles being won and positive news across the board. positive technicals, right? Higher highs, higher lows, above the major moving averages. Why are they deciding to get in now? And I think it's because of two things. Number one, they see the market at a really opportunistic time. And number two, they have the clientele demand for this. And that's why they're getting in now. So if you see articles like this and you're wondering, why are these big institutions getting in now? That's the reason. Clearly, they wouldn't be getting in if it wasn't an opportunistic time. And number two, they wouldn't be getting in if they didn't have a bunch of client demand for the very products that they're creating. Because BlackRock, for example, has a near perfect record with ETFs. And I think they've filed something like 476 of them, and only one has ever been not approved. So why would they want to hurt their record and add another ETF failure onto that? Why would they want to double from one failed ETF to two? It wouldn't make a lot of sense. So I don't want to rant about this too long, but there's just so much positive stuff out there in the world of cryptocurrency. I hope you all found this useful. And when we are looking at these cryptos that could potentially recover, one thing that I wanted to clarify here is that when we are looking at these cryptos that are being affected by this SEC event that's happening right now, let me just clarify. I'm not a fan of all of these cryptos. There are quite a few cryptos on this list that I do not own, and I will never own. I have no plans to own them. There are a few cryptos on here that I do like without getting too specific. So what I'm looking for in this kind of transitional period is what kind of cryptos have fundamental value, have great teams, what kind of projects were able to really maintain well and build their ecosystem and their platforms in this bear market. And that's all stuff that I'm looking for, I guess, behind the scenes of these projects. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more just like this one, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We got more videos just like this one coming out every single week, multiple times a week. So if you're interested in staying up to date on everything that's crypto related, this is going to be your one-stop shop for it. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see all of you in next week's video.